Biggie. This goes out to you. This goes out to you and you and you, Biggie, and you.
It's funny. So we chose this time because, a certain amount of people were going to be awake, and then everybody on my team's sleeping.
Yeah, it's always difficult. All right, well, welcome everyone to another Biggie AMA. First off, huge thank you to the Biggie community for sticking together, growing together. We're now up to, I believe, about 850 members in just a few short months together. So really proud of the success we've had. We're identifying new projects. We're making a lot of money on meme trading. In fact, I've actually created a private trading group so we don't spam up the chat too much. The trade information on a daily basis. So if you're interested in that, just DM me for an invite link. We've been catching, I'd say it's somewhere between 2 and 4X's on a daily basis. So we've been doing really well. We're also learning about DeFi opportunities, as we discussed in the last AMA, and really building a rock solid community founded on trust. So important, trust. So today we also welcome all the Shill Team 6 community members here with us that are either here listening or on the recording. I've had the opportunity to spend time in their Telegram this week, and I think it's a really positive environment. And today we are joined with Dabs, who is founder of Shill Team 6. The project has been running successfully and growing, I believe, since February 2022. And their goals are really to just build passive income streams through various blockchains that they're working with, make plays together, and on our way to financial freedom. So they certainly like to have some fun while making money too. They have some cool events, which I've seen, poker tournaments, airdrops, giveaways, just to name a few. So a really fun, interactive community. I'll drop the link to their Telegram community so everyone can jump over there and check it out. And today we're going to take a deep dive into this project to really help everyone understand the dynamics of the project, how to get in, how to benefit, most importantly, how to make money and be a part of the community. So there are a few different pieces of this project. That's why we're going to break it down in sections today. We have some good slides and some screen shares. We're going to talk with Dabs, open this up to everyone here to take questions and feel comfortable with the project. We also have a few prize giveaways today, totaling $200. We're going to have a duck race later on right after the AMA to determine the winner. So that will be fun. We also have a Biggie promotion going on that we will explain later. So settle in, relax, listen, write down any questions you may have. Let's dig into the project a little bit. Also, one other quick note, as we continue these AMAs together as a community, its purpose is to bring high quality projects to the surface. As you all know, crypto is a highly polluted environment. It's filled with scams, lies, rug pulls, empty promises, mistrust, you name it. This is really what we're looking to overcome here in this community, to sift out the light from the darkness and try to bring that forward. So I'm doing my job, continuously networking, speaking to others that come via recommendation or by my own efforts. I've had the opportunity to connect with Dabs about a month ago now. We've had numerous discussions over this time frame, and I really do feel he's trustworthy, has a really productive project, one where he is looking to give back to the community and build something organically, which seems to be so rare. So that in itself is a positive. So I've done my part in the vetting category. Now it's your turn. That's why we're here today. Don't listen to influencers. Get educated, listen, ask questions. And as always, we decide as a community what we bring forward. So with that, let me introduce you to Dabs. How are you, my man? Welcome. Thank you for being with us here today. And just tell us a little bit about yourself, your background, and really why you created this project and its main purpose.
Absolutely. And thank you for having me. And thank you, everyone who's tuned in and who's going to listen to this later. One of the biggest thing is your time, and I appreciate it for sure. And great introduction, by the way. I've seen a lot of your calls. How I told you in the DMs that I kind of stayed away from Solana because of what's been going on. And that's kind of one of the reasons I also created the token, which I'll go into a little bit later. But for sure, hit me up with that. I want to get that private invite. I want to start making some plays again. You've been crushing it. And like he said a little bit, the main purpose for this project was really to find a way to give back to the community. I've been involved in many rugs that just kind of looked promising. I've invested a lot of my money and a lot of the time, of course. And so some of the people that have been like I surround myself with, and unfortunately, there's not many other solutions than to do your own thing. So that's kind of how I created this. My history is really in trading. So I do a lot of trading. That's what got me into crypto. I learned about the markets, the condition, and how to do it properly. And from there, I started to make my own money. And I'll kind of go more into that. I guess I'll just go ahead and start with the slide because it'll kind of include all of that, what I'm saying right now. So I'm just going to read straight off the slide I've made here. I've kind of made it. When I made it, I was speaking out loud. So it's going to be the same thing here. So history of Shill Team 6. To the right, what I have here is on February 11th. If you see, that was the original concept of the logo. That was before we had the NFT. That was just when a couple of buddies of mine got together and we're like, hey, let's create a community that we can vet projects, make sure that what we're investing in, and also showing people that it is great. Like we checked the tech, we checked the team, and we did all that due diligence essentially for them. And that was the purpose of it. Find different ways we can make money together, have fun, and use blockchain the right way. And then a few days later, once we had that concept, I sketched up that logo. That's why it looks like a drawing of what I wanted the future logo to be. And within days, the co-owner of the project sent me this personal one he sent, and we went with that. And then it was only a matter of time before we got the upgrade. Then we paid some designers to do the last two. And that's where we are with the final logo, which is the shiny sword with the shield. And that's like the sword that you see represents the T and the ST6. I'm very big with like imagery, so I wanted to incorporate the name inside the logo as well. And that's what the right side of it. And yeah, with that, I'll go into the history of it. So Shill Team 6 was created on February 11th, 2022 for the community as a way to help reduce the risk of falling for rug pulls or scams. As for my background, I fell in love with the technology, and from there, I was able to teach myself how to trade, which that's for me, I stick to the tech. Like it doesn't matter if the market's going up or down. If the technology makes sense to me, I stick to it, and that's it. Let me see. All right, so that was my first journey into offering service in the crypto space. On November 18th of 2019, I created a premium trading group on Discord where I post my trades, profit, and charting. And at that time, lifetime was $500. So that's still available. I still have my premium Discord. It's been making calls since the beginning all the way to now, and they're all still posted. So you can go in there and look yourself. I can give you guys a trial if you want to see what it looks like in there, so you can see how the calls, the charts, the take profit, and yeah. So back when I started that, I started with $550 worth of Bitcoin, and within a year, I got to one full Bitcoin. I was able to sell it and buy my house, and from there, I started to kind of expand and figure out a way I can help other people through my services or through my trades, and that's where it brings me to the Shill Team 6 NFTs. I wanted to expand the opportunity to my family and friends through my trading skills. So on January 23rd, 2023, I created a private group for the NFT on Jumpstart, a DeFi product created by Sidekick Finance. The campaign sold out with 500 NFTs priced at $50 each. We were the first campaign to get fully funded, and the funds that get collected go towards the trading, and 50% of the profit gets distributed to the holders and 50% gets distributed to me. And since then, I've distributed over $20,000 back to the NFT holders. Batch 2 is available right now for $100 per NFT. And we're actually going to do one of the giveaways later on. So you'll be able to hold one of these assets. And it's on the blockchain on Binance. So yeah, that's a little introduction there.
So the cost of NFT today, if we were to purchase, is how much?
It's 100 BUSD. So
Okay.
It's on the Binance chain.
Okay.
But it pays out USDC. So I did that because at that time, USDC was kind of like in the waterworks back when FTX was failing. And I knew that Binance would be covered regardless. So that's why I did it that way. But we do pay out USDC still.
Okay. So it's $100 for the NFT. So that's just a one-time upfront cost. And then we're receiving a share of the revenue that you're creating from trading. Is that dispersed to NFT holders on like on a monthly basis, or how often do you share the profits?
So that can vary on market conditions. I try to do at least one airdrop every couple of months. If I can, I'll do one a month.
Okay.
But I try to make it as where whenever you're claiming, it's worth the claim. So you're not claiming like a couple of dollars or
Right.
something like that. So yeah, so it really depends on when I accumulate enough to feel that it's fair to give out that airdrop, and that way when you're claiming, it's worth it. And it's just like, or you just let it accumulate. I know people that just let that thing accumulate and they take it out as like a large sum.
And that's paid in, is it BUSD stable?
USDC stable for
USDC.
this one.
USD
Yeah.
stable. Okay. So when someone invests 100 for an NFT, that goes 50% into the trading bucket, and where's the other 50%?
No, actually, so the whole 100 goes into the trading bucket.
Okay.
The profit generated from overall trades is distributed 50%. So 50% goes to me, and then the other 50% of the profit goes to the NFT holders.
Okay. And how long has that been running now, since the NFTs and the sharing of profits? How long has that been successfully running?
I believe, I honestly, I thought it was a year, but it's actually been over 2 years. We're gonna come up to 3 years in January.
Okay.
And I believe most of them have possibly ROI'd. The reason why I say I believe is because we're on batch number 2,
Okay.
and those people came in late into the ROIing, so it's hard to gauge where they're at versus the first batch.
Okay. And when this current batch runs out, how many are left in this current batch? And then what happens as we go into the next batch? Will the price of the NFTs continue to increase?
Yes. So the way the batches work is they work in 100 or no 500 per batch, and every single time they sell out, the price doubles. So when the batch number 1 was originally came out, it was only worth $50. So the supply got bought out, and then the next one automatically began to generate at a higher price. And what's neat about this, it also makes it to where if you have the first batch and you've already ROI'd, you can sell your NFT to someone. You can even underbid the current batch to get back even more money, and then everybody's satisfied. The person who bought it for a discount rate, you've already made your ROI, and you just sold it for additional funds, and it creates that. So as the batches begin to sell out, it also you get that extra variable to the NFTs, and it's not just like you put in your money and that's it.
Right. So at any time, you can decide to sell your NFT or pass it along to someone, gift it to someone. But it's not refundable, right, in any way. So like if you want to trade it back to the project, is that possible? Or you just need to sell it on the aftermarket if you want to get out of it?
It would be aftermarket. That was only allowed for the first batch whenever I started the campaign, because it was new. There was not that many people that were trading and doing the NFT thing behind it, and I gave everyone the option. After a few months, I was like, "Hey guys, if this isn't up your alley, I'll give you 100% back your money, and then if you decide against it, then moving forward, that's it. We render it. Whatever happens, happens, and I'll continue to run as profitable as I can." Like,
Right.
within, because I used to do larger trades, and whenever these reports came out, when I would take hits, I realized that wasn't the route. Like the route's just to take kind of smaller trades and be able to take a lot more trades than just take like a few larger trades to make ROI.
Mm-hmm.
And that's worth it. That's how I've been able to extend it versus like, yeah, the first few months, the return was aggressive. Like I think within the first couple of weeks, we gave back like 6K, and then the next one was like 4. So it was very aggressive, but then, it made it to where I had to stick to my computer. I couldn't do anything else, and that just wasn't worth it for me. So I made it to where it takes a little bit longer to do the airdrops, but I'm not pulling my hair anymore to get these trades in and out.
And the funds that you're using from trading that are collected from the NFTs, are you trading with leverage, and are you trading a specific token? Like, are you focusing on Bitcoin or any specific cryptocurrency?
Yeah, so I do use leverage. Spot. This also works with spot, but you just have to have enough equity for this to happen. Since I do trade on a larger and higher time frame. Um, but that's kind of the way I just have it set up. So there is a way for you to kind of take advantage of that side.
So, a question that we've had in the community is, people have seen projects like this where the NFT plays that are supposed to yield passive income, and maybe most of the time it doesn't work out, or people have been burned, or people are just saying, why not just create a copy trading platform as opposed to going through the whole NFT process?
Yeah, and I got that a lot as I was honestly when I was launching it. They're like, why don't you just because you already have the premium group, and I was already doing that. And I just figured, this is a way for the people that don't want to do trades, that don't want to look at the charts, don't understand the terminology that comes with trading. When I say take profit or use this amount of leverage, have the stop losses, and this made it to where anybody who wanted to get involved with that side was able to, without having to look at the charts and like look at all that stuff. And yeah, there's been a lot of like, I guess, trading / NFTs that have came out and just don't last long, I guess. But
Mm-hmm.
I think it's because they just are either too aggressive and they don't reassess their model, and they continue to just keep applying that same model until they hit zero. Versus what I did was I tried to stick to a certain model. Once I saw it wasn't working, I tried a different one and then tweaked it, and then it made it to where it made it fun again. And we've been going for a long time. We actually have another airdrop coming up soon. I was going to do one this month, but I've pushed it to closer to the token launch. That way, whenever I do the airdrop, people can have funds if they want to get involved into the token.
Okay. And if someone wants to purchase an NFT, where do we do that? How do we buy it? Where do we go?
All right. So for right now, since it's still a private campaign, you're going to have to DM me because I have to whitelist your address in order for you to even see the campaign. I'll kind of show you a little bit right here. So if you go to sidekick.finance, this is where the NFT is. You go jumpstart, and I should be able to open it because I have my wallet already connected. And here's where you'll see any NFT project that they're trying to crowdfund.
Okay.
And as you can see, I mean, you'll see right here some of these big numbers, and the fact that Shill Team 6 was the first one to successfully do everything, speaks volume. Like, I don't take that lightly. Let me sign that. Like, you can already see right here, this one raised 54,000, 66,000, 118,000, and here's Shill Team 6. So you open it. So if you're not whitelisted, you would not be able to click this. It would just show the interface, and here shows the history, the number, what the perks are, how much it costs. This needs to be updated. I don't think there we go. It's connected now. Shows you how many backers, the funding, and yeah. So once you're able to do this, all you'd have to do is hit mint, and then it would pop up just like any other transaction.
Okay. And then as profits are dispersed to each NFT holder, what's the process then? Do you have to go and claim, or is it automatically just dropped into your wallet?
You're gonna have to claim. Kind of like think about. So I have a smart contract that's where I distribute the funds, and these NFTs are kind of like a pass. Like, okay, you have this amount, then you can access the pool, and then from there you just. Right now I have it to where you have to go through the smart contract, so it's a little tedious. I'm gonna update that to where it's just a button that you have to press to claim. But yeah, you do have to go into connect the wallet and then manually claim. That way you can get your fair share, and it's dummy proof. It's not going like you can keep on trying to click claim, and you're not going to get more than what you're supposed to.
Right. Okay. Great.
This was like a crafted contract by an actual developer. It wasn't just like a copy and paste type of thing.
Right. Okay. Yeah. So that's pretty straightforward. That's, I guess, area one of the project I wanted to cover, which is a passive income stream with the NFT. They're $100 each on the BNB chain. And if anyone is interested in that, just DM Dabs and they'll get you set up on that. And I think that's pretty straightforward. If there's any questions about that, just throw it into the chat, or if you have any questions you want to come up and speak, just raise your hand, let me know. And the giveaways we're doing today is one of those for an NFT?
Yeah, actually, one of the giveaways is going to be for an NFT. So someone's going to be able to get one of these bad boys today and be able to claim.
Okay, cool. All right, cool. So let's then, if there's no questions, let me check the chat really quick. Here's a question from Francisco. It says, in what ways does Shill Team 6 handle competitive pressure from rival marketing teams and high stakes campaigns?
You know that I don't really look at outside competition. I'm buried deep in what I do to just kind of give back, and if they want to be part of it, they can be part of it, and if not, it's okay too. But yeah, I don't look at it from a competitive side. I just have to do the best I can to build the product to be able to give back. I don't do this to give back to myself. I do this 100% for my community and for my love and passion of blockchain.
Another question is, what contingency plan does Shill Team 6 have in place for high-profile campaigns that underperform or encounter unforeseen issues?
Let's see. Plan. Let me see if I understand that correctly. So in high-profile campaigns. What do you mean high-profile? Like other campaigns are being raised? I can kind of go into the second. One of the like unforeseen issues that I've had was when I was trading, because I'm really big into TA. Shoot, let me just pop up. I can probably show, I don't know if this is my chart, but there's one chart that, I mean, I just have all my trades on there and I stick to it. This worked for me before I got into this predicament I am, where, you know, I get to live off of blockchain, and I'm going to continue it. I'm not going to change it. However, there are these reports that come out by the feds that influence the market, and TA goes out the window. So when that has happened, I've kind of had to step back and assess the strategy a little bit different than I would whenever there are no inflation numbers, because when I was trading, there was none of that. It was just strictly markets just doing what they needed to do, and it was like clockwork. And right now we have these reports, so I have to adjust, and we can see it because I'm still kicking, we're still trading, and we're still doing airdrops.
We're getting a ton of questions, and I think a question I would have as an investor is, I'm sure there are times or months where you have a bad month in trading, or maybe didn't generate a profit in a specific month. I'm not sure if that's happened to you before, but in those circumstances, what happens? Does it just move on to the next month, and there may not be any revenue sharing to be distributed during that month?
Very possible. I notice a lot of the times when I take losses, it felt more so like a personal problem. And once I was able to swallow that, I'm like, okay, enough with this emotional stuff. You took a loss. Let's get back to business. Like, the markets are showing you it's time to open a trade. Do not look at this and not want to just because you just took a loss. Like, money's going to be there regardless. You just have to be able to kind of put that aside. And that's what I've had to do. Like, there's some times where I took a big old loss, and then I had to just come back and just trade again.
I know the exact feeling, because when I post trades in the community and they don't do well, it really hits me personally and emotionally. It kind of feels like I've let my community down. And it bothers me even more than myself losing money, is that I passed along something to the community that didn't do well. But I receive a lot of encouragement from the community. It happens. Nobody's perfect. Nobody has a trading record that's perfection. So it comes along. But I think as long as the majority of months are showing profit and revenue, then it's a win-win. And not only that, but the community that comes along with it is always a positive. Couple other questions. Carlton, how can new projects or teams get in touch with Shill Team 6 for potential collaboration? So you can always, Carlton, reach out to Dabs, or just jump into their Telegram and reach out to the team for things like that. I'll have all their information posted in the Telegram here on the Biggie channel, as well as when we post this to YouTube. In the description, there'll be links to the team that you can connect with. How does Shill Team 6 ensure the authenticity and credibility of influencers and community leaders it partners with?
So that one for me, it's very easy. So whenever I do any kind of partnership, I'm talking directly to the owner of the project. I'm not getting into a project, asking who's admin, who's this. No, I'm talking to the people directly. And if our visions align, that's exactly what I'll do. And I have no problem doing collaborations, especially with projects that are legitimate. Since I have experience in blockchain, I'm able to look at what I need to in order to do, like, in order to vest these people that come in, and I'm only going to bring in projects that are either going to be long term or bring in revenue. So yeah, so I only have one partnership, another one that's already lined up, and both of them are going to be profitable, especially the second one. Once we talk more about that, or once it becomes more public. And yeah, that's about it. So it's because I'm talking to the owners directly. I'm not doing it through, I saw your market cap pump up. What, who can I talk to
Right.
collaborate? It's just
Mhm.
like, we're doing what we're doing. And if I like what you're doing, let's, I'm helping. I'm all about helping people in the blockchain.
Rebellion is asking, what difficulties did the team face while developing the project and how did they overcome them?
This one is not so much on the technical side. I would say community engagement. I have a lot of ghost investors, which is okay with me. Some people don't want to talk and don't want to get involved. However, like, I'm building this for the community, so I'd love for more engagement. And I actually just had something approved from the core team where we're gonna pay, moderators and chillers. That way, these people that are putting out the effort and being seen are rewarded. And I'm not just asking you guys to just do it, but there's also an incentive for you to do it, and that way you can earn. And I'll talk for anybody who's interested in that side. You could just DM me. That just got approved last night, so there's not much information on it yet. I just know it's going to be for a month long, $10 a day, Monday to Friday. So if that's something you think that you want to take on, go ahead and shoot me a DM.
Cool, that's great. Ahmad is asking, what is your biggest obstacle? Many projects look great on their white paper and roadmap, but face many difficulties when trying to implement the project mission and end in failure. How will you overcome every obstacle in its project development?
It's funny. So when I did all this, I did the project first and then made the white paper. Um, I think the biggest thing again is just getting the good eyes on it, making sure it's trustful communities and not people that just want to flip it, which it's kind of flip proof. Yeah, they can make a couple money, but the supply is held down. The NFTs have no eccentric value outside of what you guys decide, so they can't game that. And yeah, so this is why I've been doing the AMAs. I'm going to start doing these a lot more. It's kind of what I was doing before because this is the right way, with Biggie, I haven't had an interaction like this for it's been a very long, probably even years. And that's kind of the genuine stuff that I look for. So for me, I think from the first call, I was like, yeah, this is going to work out just based on all our backgrounds and the way we kind of mingle together and the way we look at the projects and blockchain and trading. And I mean, all the above, really.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, agree. Likewise. Rayson asking, any unfulfilled achievements in the past year?
Not that I can think of. I think, we've been doing pretty good. NFTs are selling still.
Good.
Doing better promotions to even get more NFTs out for you. Airdrops are still happening. Products are still coming out. I'm still building. And it's funny, I'm not even a developer. I just have so much love and understanding for chain that I'll look for ways for me to be able to implement my process. And then I guess the developer less, I don't know what word to use when there's no dev. But yeah, it's pretty cool how blockchain has gone this far, because a few years ago, I wouldn't have been able to do it.
Yeah.
It would have been thousands of dollars.
Another community question from None. With OpenSea being targeted by the SEC, is there any worry that your NFT will be labeled a security?
I think that's probably a lot of people's in the back of their head, but they're so far behind in crypto that they don't even really know what to do. So, if that time comes, we'll see how it goes. But up until then, we're still good. It's all on chain. They can't really stop anything that's already like
Yeah.
live on the chain.
Okay. Okay, let's move on to the next section. I think we thoroughly covered the NFT, the questions, how it works, how to buy it, how you can profit from it. So kind of looking to part 2 of the project is the ST6 token itself. So let's talk a little bit about the Shill Team 6 token, which is now we're moving outside of BNB onto Ton, correct?
Correct. Yeah. Different chain.
This token's on the Ton chain. It looks like it's sitting at a market cap. Last I looked this morning, I think it was around 15,000 or so. So let's talk to a little bit about the second part of the project, the ST6 token, what we can do with it, what's its purpose, and how we can purchase it.
Yeah, absolutely. So, Shill Team 6, the token really roots back to the beginning, back when we were looking into tokens to invest in before the NFT was out. So after the NFT being the only product, a lot of us started to be like, hey, when are you going to create a token? And I was starting to look at what chain would be viable, because I wanted to make sure that I'm going to be on a good chain, and that's going to be our like starting beacon for Shill Team 6 and how we're going to put it outside of just the private community that I have. And I chose Ton. I was looking at Solana, but with Solana, they're having issues with the blockchain at times. I'm like, okay, I can't risk that. Ton is new. I see a lot of active users. So I decided to launch it on there. And I believe a lot of you guys may be familiar with, I think it's Pump Fund. Is that what it's called in Solana?
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
Yeah. So it's similar thing on Ton. Except theirs called Gas Pump. And that's where I decided to launch it. And similar to Fund Pump, you have a curve that you have to reach. So only 1,000 ton can be allocated, and from there, LP gets created, and it goes to like the dexes. DDUS is the dex for ton. And the way I made this token was I gave my NFT holders that had a certain amount the first buy link, so they were able to get in first before the outside community did. And the reason for the token creation was, since I am already airdropping funds, like why not incorporate that into a token to where I can like basically do buybacks and put liquidity into it outside of just buyers. So Shill Team 6 was born right away. We made on the hot list, which is one of the tabs. Within 3 minutes of launch, and within 6 minutes, we made it to the top market cap of the website. And I mean, there's thousands of tokens being launched on this website, and they also have something called King of the Hill, just like Fun Pump, where if you have a certain amount of volume, you get advertised all across. And from there, the next day, we were able to reach King of the Hill and hit DDUS, and we became tradable on dexes. And yeah, that's a little bit on the Shill Team 6. And let me break it down actually even more so. So when I was doing this token, I saw on Solana a lot of the problems were that there wasn't any utilities to these tokens. People were just creating it just because they had a community. They wanted to build a meme, and that's as far as it went. So I wanted, before the token was launched, I sat down and I was like, what's the best ways I can give this utility? And I figured if I can, one, buy anywhere from 30 to 50% of the supply, I can hold down the price for us and know that that's going to be the staple of it. And that's exactly what I was kind of able to do. I did the 30%, wasn't able to get to 50 quite. And from the 30%, I split it into 3 different wallets. And these are all public wallets. If you go into my chat and put like /command Shilligan's wallet, it'll pop up. But put 10% onto each of these wallets, the last one being marketing. And in each single one, there's ton that's being staked that's accumulating rewards. And I also have 10 NFTs from my collection that get to claim, and those get converted into ton and buy back the token. So all these rewards are being generated from staking and using DeFi from different chains and this chain. then gets converted, and we just buy back the token. And we've already done 2 buybacks. I think it's been like $500 so far. I've locked some of the LPs for 4 years. I'm probably going to do some more with the tokens. These 2 wallets are probably going to get locked up, and there's more than 10% now because I've done buy events, I've done buybacks on each of these wallets. And yeah, it says right here. So all wallets are earning rewards via DeFi and the ST6 NFTs, then used to buy back the tokens. All wallets help with the stability and help maintain the floor price. So that's the biggest thing about the token is you can see a lot of projects that have came out from that website are dead now. There's no utility. It was just a hype. And that was it. And this is still around the same market cap as we launched. We hit all-time high of I think it was 33,000 market cap for the all-time high, and I know we're going to hit that organically. I can't wait for that day because when we hit it the first time, it was through pumpers, and that's very short-lived, and sometimes it almost kills your projects when they take profits. And I mean, they tried, but the community held strong, and we did our buybacks, and I mean, we're chilling. We're going towards that all-time high. Before we know it, markets are pumping too.
I think so too. With you holding 30% of the supply and the continuous buybacks that are happening over time, that's just going to continue to bring the value of the token up with time. So I agree.
And that's really it for the Shill Team 6 token, because then we start going into the other stuff.
Okay, yeah. And then finally, just moving into the access passes and now a new reward token that's going to be launching soon, right?
Yes, so no launch date yet because I was planning to do it this month, but a lot of these weren't sold, so there's no need to rush it. I don't care to rush a project. This can take months if it needs to be. I just want to make sure it's done properly and right. So the reason why I'm doing another token was since my community is heavily based on giving away, I noticed with these giveaways, I was impacting the chart for no reason, out of something. And I don't sell shame. By all means, if we're giving you money, do what you need to do with it. I understand there's people that are not from where I'm from, and that money goes a long way. And that's why I created this for people to have an opportunity. And so that's the reason why I started with the reward token. I was like, okay, now I need to figure out a way I can still do what I do, give away, engagement, do competitions, host tournaments, and how can I do it without hurting the project? So that's where my next token is. I haven't released the name or date just to protect my investors. I want to make sure that especially with the amount of marketing and funds that have been used to make sure this is right, I'm not going to risk it. So just know the token names has already been determined. The logo's done. It's been done for months. Maybe not months. That's a month, not to exaggerate. And yeah, so with that being said, I released the access pass. Last time the NFTs were your gateway to get the token first. And this way, those are not going to be, that's going to be the 5th option now. So these passes are going to give you the allocation. There is 4 different tiers. We have the bronze, the silver, the gold, and the diamond. This should be plain, but I guess it's a slide, so it might not. All of these are essentially NFTs, and every single one of them is going to return 40% of the funds that you used to buy, so you can have money to allocate for the token launch. I designed it this way because when I was creating these, I hated the concept and the idea of being like, hey guys, here's this pass to get you allocation for the token, but now you also have to use more money to buy the token. And I don't do this for money grabs. I want to always figure out the fairest way to do it. So I figured giving back 40%, you get the allocation depending on the rarity, with diamond being the first, gold second, silver third, and then bronze last, and then we do the NFTs, like the Shill Team 6 NFTs get the call. And that's kind of the way it's based on the allocations. So yeah, every single one does give you that 40%. It doesn't matter if it's a bronze or a silver. The only things that the rarities will get you for right now is the allocation. And that's the first use case because there's going to be more use case with it. The supply, there's only 10 diamond, 25 gold, 20 silver, 15 bronze. Diamonds have just sold out as of yesterday, so there's only some golds available, and the rest, these are selling out. We're going to do one bronze giveaway, so that's going to be less as well. And I'm going to break down the fees so you can see it. I try to be as transparent as I can with everything. And this is the way it's broken down. So 40% return back to you when the token launches. So whenever I get the funds, I create a token for you or a wallet for you. I name it and I have the allocation there. So whenever it's time to launch, I know exactly who to send it to. And I'm doing it this way as well to protect the reward token, because I'm dropping these in order for us to have, to be able to get off of this website. I don't want to stay on this website, and this is a way to ensure it. And then the 20% dev fee, because although I have a marketing wallet, I don't take a dime out of it. I do fresh buys for any giveaways. So if you look at my chat right now, for the giveaways I'm doing here today, I've already done the buy. Anytime I need to do outside of marketing, I just use my own money. It just feels weird to use that wallet. So that 20% fee that you're getting is actually going directly to me and the co-owner of the project. That way, chart doesn't have to get harmed. We still give you your allocation. The user, the investor is happy. And then, we finally get a little kickback without hurting the chart or anything. And then the 20% goes back into a wallet. So we have a buyback for the Shill ST6 token. And then the other 20% is going to go for the reward token. So there's already funds accumulated here for the token that's not even out. And there's already a ton accumulated for the token that's not even out when it comes to funding it. There's already, I think it was like over 200 ton. And when you think about the numbers, that's almost 25% already gone of the supply. So these are very important to get, because the rest of the supply is going to get eaten by those guys on the website that have, like, from gas pump. They know I'm coming, but they don't know when I'm coming. I've been in their chat and I've told them, you can't dodge me. You're going to see us. And that was their sneak preview. But you guys are getting the direct interaction, so you'll know when the day comes. You're getting the access passes. Those guys don't even know about the passes. So we're gonna do what we got to do, and they're gonna see us again. I know we're gonna be king of the hill. It's not if, it's just when. And I said it the first time, and we're gonna do it again, and we're gonna get off of this website, guaranteed. So that's why I did it. I want people to take advantage of it. You're able to trade in and out from gas pump. You don't have to wait for us to get fully funded. So for those traders that are out there, feel free. I don't sell shame anybody. We're going to hit it regardless. And it's, anybody's welcome to do what they must with their funds. No sell shame ever.
And Dabs, to be able to purchase an access pass, how do we do that? Is it the same way as the NFTs where we DM you?
So right now, I do have a link. I'll provide it. I think it's Get Gem. But right now, since I'm trying to do AMAs with people and give the passes to people that I know are gonna hold it down, they're not all available. There were some that were able to be bought, but people have been messaging me like, hey, I want to get one. So right away, I mint it, and people are able to purchase off the website. And or if you're interested, I've been doing some OTC over the counters with some of the people that trust me. I trust them. They send me funds. I mint the NFT. They give me their address. I send it, and that way you can alleviate yourself a little bit off having to go through the process. But eventually, you're gonna have to learn it, since we're on the ton. Chances are some of you guys aren't even invested in ton yet.
Right.
And that's another reason why I chose this. I wanted to give us early exposure to this blockchain while it's still fresh. I think Ton's like number 10 ranking for market caps. So yeah, I think this is going to be a great move for everybody here.
So the diamond is sold out. So what is the price of the gold, silver, and bronze passes?
All right. So for diamond was sold out. So that was 440, and then the gold is 220, the silver is 110, and the bronze is 60. The only one that doesn't double, because I was doing double, so every single one that you move up, it's double the price of the previous one. Just the brown ones is a little bit different, but yeah. So 220 for that gold, 110 for the silver, and 60 for the bronze. And while we're on this topic, I am running a promotion on these passes. Only silver and gold, since diamonds already sold out, they can't participate. But for every $100 you spend, you get one Shill Team 6 NFT from the Binance side. So this is the best promotion I've ever had. Um, as the investor, you win because you get one, the NFT, so you're going to be able to get back some of the funds from the airdrop. Two, you're getting the NFT for free, so you don't even like whatever money comes in, it's a free gain. And three, you're getting the allocation for the next token. You have funds to allocate it, and if you get the gold one, you're going to be better positioned than anybody else that's left from these passes because diamonds are going to get the first call. But these gold ones, I was looking at the numbers, and they're going to have more power when it comes to liquidity. But yeah, that's kind of the prices on that.
So if you purchase a gold, that's 220. So then would you get two SEAL Team NFTs for that?
Yep, exactly it.
Wow.
And that's why I did it that's why I eliminated bronze from that promotion, because you would have to buy more than one. And at that point, if you're buying two, you might as well buy the silver. And if you buy any of the silver or gold, by default, you're spending minimum $100. So you get to take home the NFT.
Right. Okay. And you're getting 40% back, right?
Yeah, which is huge. Like being able to fund this allocation is going to be massive, because I think the minimum or the maximum on that website, if I'm correct, you can get is a 10x, depending on your allocation. Because if you're able to get in, let's say from zero, and you need 1,000 ton, then that's as far as you can get on that website, and then the multiple X's come after.
A question from the audience is going back to the NFTs. Is there an average or estimated predicted monthly return on the NFTs?
When I do try to do an airdrop, I try to do a minimum of 1,400 to 1,500. And if I can't accumulate to that, then I won't do the airdrop. So that's where, if it takes me 1 month or a month and a half to do that, then I'm going to do that because I'm not stressing. I've done the stressing. I learned from it. We might as well just make money, relax, and just chill out.
So is that then dispersed through each NFT holder, that amount?
No. So the way it works is, let's say I have 1,000. Let's say we do a 2K airdrop. 2K gets sent to the smart contract, and then the NFT owners can go connect their wallet, claim their portion of that 2,000.
I see.
And the whales from the projects are the ones that get the majority of the share, because they're putting a lot of equity into this stuff. So it's cool. It's nice to hear whenever they're getting hundreds of dollars at times, like from these airdrops, and like, awesome, keep it coming. So yeah, and then with me doing all these giveaways, it makes it to where even if you only have one, now you have two, and like before you know it, I might do another giveaway or competition, and you're accumulated to 10, and then that way you're even more established, because these people that have the higher portions are definitely having fun with it.
Yeah, agree. Any other questions? Let me take a look at the chat. I don't think I have any other questions. I know we're coming up on just about an hour. For all those that are listening, and to be part of the duck race, just in the chat, just type in ST6, and we'll enter you into the duck race competition, which we'll do as soon as we conclude the AMA. We just need to get it set up and make sure everyone's entered into it for the giveaways. And taking a look at any other questions I have, I think that's about yeah.
Make sure you hashtag it. Let me tell you, because my hashtag's in there.
Yeah, mine too.
And that really covers it. I got one more slide for you guys to kind of do my thank you. These are clickable. So if you want the file for the AMA to see this slide for yourself, these are all clickable links. We got the lounge, which is a more sophisticated group for Shill Team 6, because with Shill Team 6, it's one of the OG groups and we don't have topics. And I mean, that irks me because um, I'm working on the community members to whenever people ask questions, it's not check pin messages. It's like actually answering. And with the lounge, it kind of helps a little bit in case they're not available. Everything's like structured and be like, all you have to go do is read a tab instead of like look and look and look. And I got some of the screenshots from when I first started my group. So you can see long ETH, $180.
Yeah.
I was fortunate enough to buy ETH at $80, and I'll never forget that day. That was during COVID when, that happened. And then here we go. You go BTC under 10K. I remember, I'll never forget. We were trading under 10K, and look at the leverage.
Wow.
Look at that leverage, dude. That's what I'm telling you. I was in and out within minutes. And look, there's the way I would do it. You have your exit points, your stop losses, and then right here, this was a great month. If you look, this was in 2021. In 1 month, I had accumulated half a Bitcoin. And all those calls that I traded with were in my premium group. Well, I'll have you here, actually. I'll give you a little show on the premium group. And yeah, so you can guys see my history. And then as far as the airdrops, everything's on chain as well. So you don't have to take my word. And that's one thing I love about blockchain is.
What is the cost to jump into the premium group? Is it a monthly fee?
So I'm going to change the model up a little bit. I was doing 500 for the year, and some people were able to get 500 for lifetime. I have a lot of lifetime people in there. And someone suggested maybe doing like a Patreon, like doing like a monthly thing for people that want to try it out for a month and don't have the funds to do the lifetime or the annual. And shoot, maybe within that month they can make, some of that profit to get the bigger. And yeah, because I'm not going to lie, I've been neglecting a little bit since I've been working on the Shill ST6 token and then the Access Pass. I haven't been able to trade as aggressive as I was doing before. But
so
here,
the premium group, that's not copy trading, right? It's just manual signals.
yeah, manual. I haven't gone as far as like connecting it to a bot or anything, or just because when I'm trading, I have this page up and my trade, so it's quick for me to do like as soon as I open it, just tell them like, okay, this is what we're doing, and
Okay.
And then I also do the charts. I think it's very important for anybody that's learning to understand why these positions are being open. And I provide the charts because when I was learning, no one was doing that. They would just say, open this position. I would look at the chart and be like, why? This way I give you what I'm looking at, where we're taking profit. I give you insights on what I'm thinking is going to happen. And I mean, that's the chart side of it. And I mean, these are bangers. I mean, 129, 100%.
Yeah.
Taking profits within 20 minutes. I mean, it's just money after money after money after money plays.
Yeah.
And I only focus on Bitcoin and Ethereum. I do have a tab for altcoin trades. These are just a little bit more aggressive. So I don't expose any of my Shill Team 6 stuff to this stuff. This is personally off my own funds that I'm looking at and that I want to do because it's just way too aggressive in that altcoin stuff. But yeah, here's the history, so you can kind of see the way I have it structured. Let me try to find one where I'll tell you. So long Bitcoin 15x. I'll tell you the price. I'll tell you what I'm doing. I'll tell you when to take profit as well. So that's very big.
Yeah, that's my problem.
That's what's funny? That's my problem too. Sometimes
Yeah.
I'll tell the group to take profit, but I won't. I'm like, I'm just gonna let it ride.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, man, I should have taken my.
That's my biggest problem is the discipline and not trying to be greedy and just taking the win and waiting on the next one is always the part that I struggle with.
Yeah, same. Yeah, I think it's most traders. I'm gonna be honest. The emotions within humans is what makes it that way. I've worked very hard to try to stop it, but even it's funny because when the market's going up, I get so hype. I'm like, just overwhelmed with emotion. And then when it's going down, I'm like, man, like this sucks. It's like And what's made it easier is like I need to keep the same energy that I have when it goes up, when I go down, and just keep it like that because, just as great as it feels going up, I used to not be in this position. Even when it's going down, it's not as terrible as that it used to be type stuff.
Yeah. Well, they see it all positive trades, so you can make money in the private, and all these revenues, or a portion of 50% of these revenues, pouring back into the NFTs, which is a passive DeFi play that you can use. You have the ST6 token, and then the new reward token coming out, and everything that goes with the community, the giveaways, the airdrops, poker tournaments, etc. So I will link up all the descriptions so the Biggie group can jump over to the Shill team Telegram and kind of interact with each other, and really enjoyed this discussion. I know you're always available if anyone in the community has questions, and let's continue to keep in touch. Maybe we'll do another one after the reward token launches and talk a little bit more about any future promotions and things going on. But I know for sure I will definitely be jumping in, and appreciate the time you're spending with us here today. Everyone stick around. We'll have the live duck race going on after this. We just need to enter all the data into the ducks, and we'll get that going shortly. And I will stop the recording now, but everyone welcome to stick around. And thank you for being part of this. We'll post the recording up to YouTube if anyone missed it. And thank you, Dabs, for your time with us.
For sure. And thank you and the community for coming through and wanting to learn more about ST6.